Hey guys, Rob Kosberg here with Bestseller Publishing. You can find us online at bestsellerpublishing.org. Today, going to talk to you about our mass media formula, especially for television. Going to share with you how Susie Orman did it and how you can too. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. Rob Kosberg here. So, as I said, I want to share with you our mass media formula. Many of you know, maybe have followed us on social media, but just got back from a TV tour. I was on the radio for a number of years with my previous company because of my best-selling book, Life After Debt, my first one. And never really done TV before, but we had many of our clients ask us specifically how to use their book, especially their best-selling book, to get them on television. And I started thinking not only for myself, but for those that have been successful with it, and Susie Orman came to mind. So followed her career a little bit. Most of you know who she is. She's a financial guru. She has her own show called The Susie Orman Show. And I want to share a little bit about how she did it, and also how we've adapted some of the things that she's done to create some great success for me personally getting on TV and for some of our clients. So this is the formula that we've come up with. We call it our mass media formula, especially for TV. It's C plus AH and WTS plus H and or O. Okay, I know that sounds kind of crazy and interesting, but I'm going to share with you each of these elements and how you can add those elements into your business. So the C stands for credibility. Credibility. So interesting, we brought on a new client a couple of months ago, and this client sold his business not long ago for over $100 million. You would think that that's some incredible credibility. And what this client wanted to do is now begin doing some public speaking, and hired an agent, and that agent asked him first and foremost, do you have a book? The client said, no, I don't have a book, but I sold my business for $100 million. Isn't that enough? And interestingly enough, he came to me because the agent said, no, you really need to have a book, especially if it's a best-selling book, if you want to get booked for speaking engagements, television, etc. Your book, your best-selling book, is your credibility piece. In regards to Susie Orman, many of us have heard of Susie Orman. We've seen her on TV. She's had her show since roughly 2002. So if you follow the trajectory of her career, here's what it looks like. First of all, she did not start out as a financial expert or guru. She actually has a degree in social work from the University of Illinois. Not exactly the standard formula for getting on TV as a financial guru. She worked in the financial industry for about a decade or so, from the early mid-'80s to the mid-'90s. Where she got her big break was in writing her second book, not her first, but her second book, 9 Steps to Financial Freedom. That's where the credibility came in, because that's when she became a best-selling author. Not long ago, she was interviewed in People magazine, and her words exactly were, that's when I went from working in the financial industry to being an expert in the financial industry. That was where the credibility came from, her best-selling books. That's step one. The next piece is the AH plus the WTS. The AH is having an audience hook, and the WTS is a well-thought-out segment. So if you're going to get booked on television and you're interested in getting in front of a mass audience, then understand this. The person that's going to be interviewing you, the producer that's going to book you for the show, wants to know that you've already thought out what the hook is for your segment, and you've already thought out each of the pieces or elements of your segment. They're not just going to bring you on television and then ask you questions and you answer them. They want to know that you've thought out how to especially hook and get their audience interested, and then have each of those elements spelled out in the segment that you propose to them. So you start with credibility, but then in your proposal to your TV station or producer, you need a great hook and you need a well thought out segment to get them interested in you. The next step is the H and or O. And the H and or O is hustle and or others. So, as I said about Susie, most of you know her for the Susie Orman Show, which has been running for over a decade. Probably a lot of you don't know that she's written multiple best-selling books after the one that she wrote in 1997. Not only that, but she's a contributing author to multiple magazines, including O Magazine. She's done 7 PBS documentaries on her best-selling books. The lady hustles and has others on her team helping her to prepare her hook, her segment, her proposal, so that they get her book in the right place at the right time. This is our mass media formula. I mentioned to you in the last 10 days I've actually appeared on over 6 different segments for television. I had to really hustle. I've been to Bakersfield, California, San Diego, California. I traveled to Wichita, Kansas, and did multiple segments there. I traveled to Texas. I have segments coming up in Burlington, Vermont. It's snowy up there, so I'm looking forward to getting out of California and enjoying some snow with my wife. And also Spokane, Washington. We booked 8 segments in a period of just a couple of days because I have credibility as a best-selling author. They've never heard of me, and I'd never been on television before. I had a great audience hook, something that would interest their audience. I had a well-thought-out segment that was proposed to them. I hustled, and I have others on my team that help me to put together all of this and get it in front of the right person, that right producer, that can then book me. When you have these elements together, you can get on television. You can get mass media exposure for your business, your speaking career, for a product that you're selling. You can do it. So these are your steps. You start with credibility. If you don't have a book, you need one. If it's a book that hasn't done well, you really need to promote it so it becomes a bestseller. You need to create a great segment that has a hook and that's well thought out. You need to hustle, and you need to have some others on your team so that all this stuff can be put together. I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, I'm Rob Kosberg. You can find us at bestsellerpublishing.org. If you're interested in talking to us and getting some help in doing this for you, we're glad to do that. You can reach us in our office in Pasadena, California at 626-765-9750. Thanks so much, and you'll hear from me again real soon. Take care.